And finally, the latest trend / talking point on social media, it's called the lazy girl, and it's the opposite of what we saw a decade back. The 2010s were the decade of the girl boss. The overambitious woman, her goal was to lean in, to do more at work and then some. But now we're in the era of anti-work, the great resignation. Studies say 6 in 10 workers apparently don't give everything they've got anymore. And the result is this: the girl boss has bid us goodbye. Work life has a new reigning queen. And the so-called lazy girls are taking over social media. They're chasing what's called a lazy girl job. What is this all about? Our next report tells you.
Lazy girl job. It sounds a bit ridiculous. But before you jump to conclusions, listen to this. What is a lazy girl job? It's low-stress work, usually remote. Hours fall within a 9-to-5 schedule, and the pay is good. It allows for financial freedom. Sounds like the perfect package to many. And that explains why it has a trending hashtag on social media, with tens of millions of views. Seems like women want to be lazy girls in a lazy world. And they're going online, then screaming from metaphorical mountaintops about such jobs. Like in this video. Here's what we noticed. All lazy girl jobs aren't the same. They tick different boxes for different people. But every lazy girl job meets general criteria. For starters, it's a healthy work environment. There's a sense of safety. No long, gruesome shifts or commutes. Secondly, it's either completely remote or hybrid-friendly. And thirdly, it pays well. Meaning, people earn a comfortable salary. All in all, with a lazy girl job, workers get to prioritize themselves. Now, many are jumping on this trend, embarking on job search journeys, in the search of the perfect lazy job. But there are many who disagree. After all, in most societies, our work is our worth. And who would want to be lazy? The term itself has a negative connotation. It's seen as the wrong attitude for building a meaningful career. Kind of like when Kim Kardashian said this and became a meme. But experts say something contrary. In reality, there's nothing lazy about a lazy girl job. It's about showing up to work, doing your best, doing what you're being paid for, and then focusing on your personal life. Or, as the Gen Z put it, getting a life. Lazy girl jobs only seem lazy when compared to traditional workplace expectations, where people must move fast and break things, be the first in and last out. And look at what that's done to the workforce. Burnout and sickness have become a homogeneous part of most work lives. According to a Microsoft study, nearly 50% of employees are burnt out. And that's average worldwide data. Some countries have it worse than others. In Asian countries like South Korea and China, the 996 is vastly common. It's where people work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week. Death by overwork is a common phenomenon across South Korea and Japan. An average South Korean works for over 1,900 hours a year. That's 200 more than the OECD average. In neighboring Japan, work averages at around 1,600 hours. What about India? According to the International Labour Organization, it has the 5th longest working hours in the world. A study says that the ideal work week has 39 hours. An average worker in India works 48 hours a week. If that limit is exceeded, a person's mental health begins to deteriorate. Meaning, an average Indian worker's mental health is hampered every week. How are other countries faring? An average worker in the UK works 36 hours a week. Same for Israel, and 37 hours a week in the US. It's lower than the 39-hour limit, but only marginally. The situation is not that bad everywhere, of course. Some Swiss and Scandinavian cities like Oslo, Bern, Helsinki have the best work-life balance, but such instances are a rarity. Across the world, people enter the workforce with high hopes. They want a swanky job, a corner office, and off-site meetings in the Bahamas. Instead, what do they get? Constant backache. Meetings that could have been emails, and migraines. sometimes in the form of walking, talking micromanagers. And that, if you're lucky. Many workers are ground to the bone. Working cultures treat people as replaceable machine parts who constantly overdeliver at the cost of their own well-being and personal life. And in such times, the lazy girl job is a beacon of hope. If not that, it's at least a learning opportunity. That's the goal of this story. We don't demand that you up and leave your job or shape your career around a TikTok trend. We only urge that you re-evaluate your work. Ask, how much is enough? And if that doesn't crack it, try embodying Beyoncé and chant, "Release your job, release the time."